Picture a quiet porch at sunset, a place once shared with a loyal companion who has now wandered too far. We've all heard those heart-stopping stories of miracle cats traveling miles through dense woods and chaotic streets just to find their way back to a familiar doorstep. To us, it feels like magic. But is it truly a miracle or a biological navigation system more ancient and advanced than any GPS? Today, we're decoding the invisible maps cats use to conquer the impossible. How do they find home when all hope is lost? Let's find out right now. To understand why your cat is so determined to return, we have to travel back thousands of years to the sun-drenched savannas of Africa. You see, our feline friends are direct descendants of the African wildcat, a creature built for intense heat. While we might feel perfectly comfortable with the thermostat set at 70 degrees, your cat is living in a different reality. Science tells us about the thermal neutral zone, or TNZ. For a cat, their biological sweet spot is a staggering 86 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. In a standard American home, they often feel a persistent, quiet chill. This is why they don't just come back for the kibble. They are navigating back to the heat microclimates you provide, that sunny rug, or the warm spot behind the sofa. Many of you have asked why your cats are so obsessed with cardboard boxes. And here is the secret: those boxes aren't just toys. They are survival pods that trap body heat, triggering the release of stress-reducing endorphins. By returning home, your cat isn't just seeking a building. They are restoring their internal biological balance and reclaiming their sanctuary. But even with a warm destination in mind, how do they track a path through the dark and unfamiliar streets without a single map? Have you ever noticed your cat sniffing something only to stop and pull a funny face with their mouth slightly open? It's a look of pure concentration, almost as if they've drifted off into another world for a moment. In reality, they are using a piece of biological hardware we simply don't have: the Jacobson's organ. While we rely on our noses just to enjoy the aroma of a home-cooked meal, your cat is doing something much more sophisticated. They are effectively tasting the air. Located in the roof of their mouth, this organ decodes pheromones, which act like invisible chemical signposts left by other creatures. This is the secret to how they find a specific path home through miles of suburban maze. They aren't just smelling the outside. They are reading a complex history of the neighborhood's boundaries and safety zones. For those of you wondering how your cat manages to avoid a wrong turn, remember, they aren't just following their nose. They are analyzing a chemical map of the world. But scent is only one part of the puzzle. To navigate the tightest corners and the darkest nights, cats rely on a set of high-frequency sensors located right on their faces. Have you ever marveled at how your cat navigates a pitch-black hallway at 2 a.m. without ever bumping into a chair leg? It's not just their eyes. It's the remarkable biological radar sitting right on their muzzle. Those long, elegant whiskers are scientifically known as Vibrissae, but they are much more than thick hair. Each one is deeply rooted in a specialized structure called the Follicle-Sinus complex, or FSC. Think of this as a high-frequency receiver that translates air pressure changes into neural signals. As your cat moves, their whiskers detect subtle shifts in air currents, allowing them to feel the presence of obstacles before they even touch them. This sensory powerhouse creates a real-time 3D map of the environment, a feature many of you have noticed when your cats navigate the tightest corners of your home with ease. While we might stumble in the dark, your cat is processing a constant stream of data. It's this hidden sixth sense that guides them through the shadows of an unfamiliar neighborhood back to your porch. But possessing these high-tech sensors is only half the battle. The real mystery lies in how their brain processes these signals to make life-or-death decisions on the road. Have you ever wondered what's going through your cat's mind when they're blocks away from home, facing a barking dog or a busy intersection? It's not just blind luck that keeps them moving. It's a sophisticated internal debate. Inside that small but mighty feline brain, two regions are working overtime. First, there's the amygdala, the ancient alarm system that processes fear. It tells the cat to hide when a car zooms by. But then the prefrontal cortex steps in. Think of this as the CEO of the brain. It evaluates the reward of your warm lap against the punishment of the cold, dangerous street. Recent neurobiological studies suggest that cats aren't just reacting. They are making calculated choices based on a hierarchy of goals. They choose the risk of crossing a road because the biological pull of home is stronger than the fear of the moment. It's this level of cognitive processing that explains why so many of you believe cats are far smarter than we give them credit for. They aren't just survivors. They are master strategists navigating a world of conflict. But even with the brain making the right calls, how does a cat maintain its sense of direction across vast distances where even scent and sight begin to fail? Think back to the last time you were driving through an unfamiliar state. Even with our modern gadgets, it's easy to feel disoriented when the sun goes down or the landmarks disappear. But your cat has a trick up its sleeve that makes our best GPS look like an antique. Beyond the whiskers and the scent, there is a mystery hidden deep within their inner ears. Scientists have discovered iron-rich cells that may act as a biological compass, allowing cats to literally sense the Earth's magnetic field. This isn't just theory, it's a compelling explanation for how they maintain a steady course over miles of rugged terrain where no familiar scent or sight exists. While we might feel lost the moment our phone signal drops, your cat is never truly offline. They are constantly aligned with the very planet beneath their paws. It's a silent, invisible map that keeps them pointed toward home no matter how far they've wandered. This internal magnetic guide ensures that even in total silence, they know exactly where home is. But this navigation isn't just about magnetic fields and sensors. It's also about a remarkable sense of timing that many of you witness every single morning. If you've ever been woken up by a cold nose or a persistent meow at exactly 3 a.m., you know that cats don't need a grandfather clock to keep time. One of our viewers, Joe, shared a story about his cat Buddy, who knew exactly which basement window to bang on at 4 a.m. every night to be let in. This isn't just a quirky habit, it's an incredible feat of temporal memory. Your cat keeps a precise internal schedule, syncing their movements with the quiet windows of the neighborhood. They learn when the neighbor's barking dog is safely inside and when the busy main road finally falls silent. When a cat is lost, this sense of timing becomes their secret weapon. They don't just move through space, they navigate through the safest moments of the day. They calculate the perfect time to cross a dangerous intersection while the rest of the world is asleep. This combination of a biological clock and a mental map is why they often reappear at your door in the dead of night right on schedule. But as remarkable as these biological tools are, it leaves us with one haunting question. Is your cat coming back for the safety of the territory or for the bond they share with you? It's an age-old debate that often divides us at the dinner table. Is your cat truly loyal to you or just to the roof over their head? For years, the common wisdom suggested that cats were solitary creatures bonded only to their territory. But if you look at the stories shared by our community, like the cat who traveled miles to find an owner who had already moved, the territory-only theory starts to crumble. Science is now showing us that the human-cat bond acts as a powerful psychological anchor. While their wild instincts crave the security of a known territory, their domestic hearts seek the social safety that only you provide. This explains why they don't just find a home, they find their home. They aren't just looking for a bowl of kibble. They are navigating back to the person who understands their unique language. It's this deep emotional connection that turns a survival instinct into a journey of love, proving that they are far more socially complex than we often give them credit for. These deep bonds are exactly what make the stories in our comments so moving as we look at the real-life miracles that defy all logical explanation. We've spent a lot of time today talking about the how, the science, and the sensors, but the most powerful evidence doesn't come from a laboratory, it comes from you. Our community has shared stories that truly defy logic, like cats finding a new family home after a move, a place they had never even visited. These miracle journeys validate what many of you have suspected all along, that cats are far smarter and more capable than the world gives them credit for. Whether it's navigating through dense forests or finding a specific window in the dead of night, these aren't just lucky guesses. They are the result of a biological supercomputer working in perfect harmony. When we read about your tuxedo cat Buddy or the stray you fed who never forgot your porch, we see more than just a pet. We see a master navigator whose loyalty and intelligence are etched into their very DNA. Your stories aren't just anecdotes. They are the living proof of this mystery, fulfilling our desire to finally see these creatures for the geniuses they truly are. But knowing they are geniuses is only the start. How do we take this knowledge and use it to transform the way we see the simple house cat? For a long time, we've looked at our cats as little more than sleepy companions who occasionally get lucky enough to find their way back home. But after peeling back the layers of their biology today, it's clear that luck has very little to do with it. What we are actually looking at is a biological supercomputer, a masterpiece of evolution that has been refined for thousands of years. Every twitch of a whisker, every flick of the tongue to taste the air, and every internal magnetic alignment is a data point being processed in real time. This shifts our perspective from seeing them as mere survivors to recognizing them as highly engineered navigators. Many of you in the comments have sensed this all along, that quiet genius behind those glowing eyes. By reevaluating their intelligence, we start to respect their complexity, not just as pets, but as one of nature's most successful explorers. They aren't just thinking inside the box, they are mastering the world around it, fulfilling our collective desire to finally give these creatures the credit they deserve. Now that we've recognized their genius, what should you actually do if your own master navigator goes missing? Now, I know some of you might be watching this with a heavy heart because your own feline friend is currently missing. Based on the biological secrets we've uncovered, there are powerful science-backed ways to help their internal GPS find its way back to your doorstep. First, let's talk about scent stations. Don't just put out food. Put out your unwashed laundry. That familiar chemical signature is exactly what their Jacobson's organ is scanning for amidst the confusing smells of the neighborhood. Second, leverage their thermal neutral zone. A heated cardboard box on the porch isn't just a bed, it's a biological lure that triggers those stress-reducing endorphins the moment they find it. And here is a crucial tip: many people suggest putting the litter box outside, but experts warn this can actually attract predators or territorial rivals that scare your cat away. Instead, focus on your scent and warmth. By understanding their biological needs, you aren't just waiting, you are actively broadcasting a high-clearance signal for them to follow home. But once that incredible journey is over and they finally reappear, how do you read the silent language of their body to know exactly what they've been through? You've spent days pacing the floor, and then like a ghost in the night, they suddenly reappear on your porch. Your first instinct is to scoop them up in a flurry of hugs. But wait, look closely at their silent language first. Is their tail held high in a confident question mark hook? Or is it puffed and tucked, signaling a lingering trauma from the road? By understanding these specific body cues, from the tension in their ears to the dilation of their eyes, you can distinguish between a cat that is simply relieved to be home and one that is still stuck in high-alert survival mode. This is the crucial moment to provide that safe, enclosed box environment we discussed earlier to help them decompress and release those healing endorphins. Your cats are master navigators, but even masters need a soft place to land and an owner who truly speaks their language. Now I want to meet your feline geniuses. What is the name of your master navigator? Comment their name below. And what is the one thing about your cat's behavior that has always baffled you? Ask your questions in the comments, and I'll be here to help you solve your next cat mystery. Thank you for being part of our community of curious minds. Keep watching and keep listening to what your cat is trying to tell you. We've traveled quite a distance today, from the ancient African plains to the sunny spots in your own home. It's clear that our cats are more than just sleepy companions. They are biological masterpieces of navigation and loyalty. I want to take a moment to celebrate the master navigators in your life. Please share the name of your special feline friend in the comments below. Let's give them the recognition they deserve. Also, if any part of today's video left you curious, or if you have a question about your cat's unique quirks, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to help you solve those mysteries. Thank you so much for watching until the very end and being part of our community. Until next time, keep listening to what your cat is trying to tell you.